Good day and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the voice of reason. So in today's update on the ongoing conflict inside of the Tigray region, the southern offensive by the Tigrayan Defense Forces with its goal of capturing the city of Alamata continues. The fighting is reported as rather significant, as thousands of TDF forces press south with the goal of securing the town of Alamata. There's also reports of TDF troops inside of the Afar province as well. So it would appear that at some point Tigrayan Defense Forces has indeed crossed over and are now inside of the Afar region of Ethiopia. Now, what is the reason behind that? Most likely, probably to set up buffer zones and make sure that they cannot be assaulted from the east, as occurred during the initial days of the conflict. So we do know that Afar regional forces, supported by Ethiopian National Army soldiers, did in fact enter the Tigray region from this area. So the goal right now, obviously, the TDF is looking to secure all borders into the Tigray region. But again, right now, the most heaviest fighting is occurring as the TDF presses south towards Alamata. And right now there's more infrastructure, there's more supply, there's more troops in this area, obviously closer to the capital of Mekelle, to press that operation to secure that city. Whereas when we look farther west, the infrastructure to secure the border of Sudan is much less. So we will probably see, I believe at least, the security situation in the south start to improve as the TDF secures these areas and drives the Ethiopian and Amhara forces from southeastern Tigray, where my cursor is circling. But operations continue in the west as well, as the TDF prepares to secure Himora, and then obviously the Sudanese border, which will be incredibly important. But again, the real issue with the Western operational front is the issue of is really the road infrastructure, the ability to kind of move great amount of forces to the west and secure these areas, which is a little more difficult to do because of the terrain and again lack of infrastructure to press these operations. Obviously, as the TDF moves tens of thousands of troops to the west in preparation for securing the border with Sudan, you have to have proper supply, you have to have proper infrastructure. It's very important for the TDF to be able to feed its troops in the field as it presses operations in the western area of the Tigray region. As for the Amhara regional forces, they are also in the same sort of predicament. It is not easy to supply these large militia groups and regular forces, even the Eritrean army, over this rather desolate terrain. Now, the road infrastructure leading north towards Himora, obviously it appears to be a paved road, and supply leading up to that area is probably reasonable for now. But I would anticipate that this road would be cut off by the Tigrayan Defense Forces as it looks to secure Himora. And we would have to look and see what the Eritrean army does. I think at some point, as the TDF begins to surround Hamora and cut Hamora off, we could probably actually see these Amhara militias flee actually into Eritrea. As those forces start to degrade, or in fact, we could actually just see a surrender of these Amhara forces once the battle is joined and engagements continue between the TDF and Amhara forces. I would have to wonder, are the Amhara forces, if they suffer a battlefield defeat, are they more likely to surrender to TDF forces, or are they going to risk fleeing into Eritrea? And that could be another risk all its own, as the government of Eritrea is well known, and who's to say that those Amhara units that flee into Eritrea are not placed into some sort of indentured servitude for an extended period of time. They do that to their own people, so it would not be surprising. You have to ask the question, why wouldn't not they do that to these Amhara units that would cross into Eritrea? It would be interesting to see what would exactly occur, and to see if these Amhara units would in fact move to Eritrea, or if the battlefield defeat occurs and they need to surrender, would they in fact surrender to the TDF? But interesting situation that could unfold there. But sporadic fighting continues along the border with Eritrea as the TDF continues to monitor the border zone, and we also continue to see the massing of forces of Eritrean forces in and around the town of Badme. But that is the situation on the ground right now. Again, the heaviest fighting is taking place in southeastern Tigray, as the TDF presses southward with the intent of seizing control and regaining control of Alamata. What operations will take place after that, we will have to see what exactly occurs. Have a great day, everybody.